Hello and welcome to my software demonstration of my project that I've been working on for the last couple of weeks called OPS, which is OpenCV Presentation Software. Obviously the name OPS is inspired by this piece of software right here, OBS, but it's a little bit different. It's basically real-time video editing, which is adds an extra challenge, doing some simple and not so simple video editing on the fly. With tons of different commands and making them all work together was a really fun way to apply the things that I've learned while working with OpenCV and computer graphics. Now here's a lot of the code. Obviously, most of the stuff is done in OpenCV, so that's why I've imported that library. PyAuto GUI is a very important library for certain things like taking screenshots and other things like that that I do in this program. NumPy is great for working with numbers, and it works very quickly. Threading and queue. These were two very important libraries that I needed to make it to make this software work in real time. If it weren't for these things, the program would just kind of crash and no variables would update, and it became very difficult. So that was one of the biggest challenges early on, was getting this user input to work simultaneously with the video editing. But when I got it working, it was actually very satisfying. Obviously OS I imported so I can save my files and do things like that, and datetime was another thing for saving files. So here's some of the global variables. This is where most of the stuff happens, is in the show webcam. That ended up being one of the largest functions in the project. So a lot of this is the user input queue. So this is what all the user input is when it gets updated. This queue library is extremely important for it to update in real time with threads. And here's where the video capture happens. Now most of what this project happens right here in the user input. The user can do certain commands to make certain things happen to the video as it gets recorded. And then obviously there's all the functions that are called when the user does different commands, and the ability to save videos and screenshots is right here. And yeah, now I'll do a quick demonstration. It'll make more sense after doing that. So if I run the program, it says welcome to OPS, and well, there I am. If you want to hit H to see the list of all the available commands right now. There is a lot of things to display images on the screen. A quick one that I can just demo right now is flipping the camera, which works in all different, in every single section. And one of the most important things to do when you're presenting is to obviously show things to people. So I think I have a few images saved, and that's what you're supposed to do, and preemptively is save your images, and then you can bring them up later. And when I hit the W key, I can type in an image. This is a picture from one of my favorite Simpsons episodes, which is smeed.png. And when I hit that, I can display it in the top left corner. I can add another image as well. Another image that I have saved in my directory is q.png. And then if I hit the C command again, it starts displaying those, and I can delete them by hitting the D. And also one of the biggest difficulties with this program was making it robust. So when I type something like .png and then I hit C, it says that path does not exist, and I have to try again. So yeah, that was something that's really interesting. Another thing you can do is make full screen images and put your camera in the corner. So if I put q.png and then I hit a different key, which is I, now I'm in the corner of the screen, and then I can switch back. Also, something that's also really important is sometimes you don't always have these images ready. So one thing you can do is just take a screenshot of the screen. So if I put this in the side and then I take a screenshot with the well, I can take a screenshot with the M key, and then that makes it so if I'm presenting, I can show exactly what is happening on the screen, and I can just continue talking, and then of course I can just switch back to my normal view. So all these things stack. So if I go into this view, which is obviously a new screenshot, and I hit W, q.png, and I hit C, it's obviously in the corner now. And another really important thing, and the last thing I'll demonstrate, is adding text. So when I hit T, a text box comes up into the terminal, and I can type in something like Any questions? And then if I hit P, any questions pops up on the screen. And yep, and that's basically a lot of all of these effects stack, and it was a really interesting project to do, to make all these things work and make the program robust, and really apply a lot of the knowledge that I've learned so far. So thank you for watching, and well, I guess one last thing to show is that you can hit R if you want to restart the recording, and you can also hit Q to save. And then if we go, you can save screenshots and obviously save videos while doing that. So if I go into Thunar and I look at my screenshots, I didn't save any screenshots during that recording, but if I go into the videos, you can look at the most recent video, and that was that last little video that I made, and it all records. So that was so yeah, that was a demonstration of OPS. If you want to see more of the code, I've linked the GitHub in the description. Thank you for watching.